Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of my knitting podcast. My name's Kiliana and you might know me better as Breigenwijs. Here on this channel I normally talk about all things knitting, all the things that I've been knitting, I want to be knitting, or that I'm working on, obviously. And today I actually have a little different of an episode for you guys. It's not a secret that I love buying yarn. I always say buying yarn and knitting are two different hobbies, and for me that is definitely true. And even though I have been trying to buy less yarn without a project in mind, my stash is out of control. I don't even know how to say it differently because it's definitely out of control. Over the course of 2024, I've been trying to organize and catalog all my yarn, and it is a lot. So yeah, I think it is time for me to do a very low buy. Preferably not buying anything in 2025. And I do hear you guys laughing on the other side of this camera and thinking, that's not going to happen. And probably you're right, but I'm definitely going for a very low buy year this year. Because, and I'm really ashamed to say this, but I have over 40 kilos of yarn in this house, and that equals to about 136 kilometers of yarn, and that is a lot. So today I am deciding to knit mostly from stash. I have a few little rules that will allow me to buy some yarn here and there, which are: if I run out of yarn for a certain project and I lose yarn chicken. 2 is when I really want to knit a project but I'm missing like a main color. So if I decide to knit another blanket or a sweater with in-stash yarn, but I need like a main color, or my project needs some sort of fluff to work for a project, so mohair or alpaca fluff. That's the only rules. I'm not allowed to buy random single skeins. I am not allowed to participate in any pre-orders. I might even be limiting myself and saying I might not be buying a yarn advent for next year. But that one is still up for debate, because it also feels like a good, I don't know, present to myself for not buying a lot of yarn this year. So that's still up for debate. Do you hear me trying to tell myself I do need more yarn, which I definitely do not. So I am also hosting a call for all of you, because I think I'm not the only one who has 40 kilos of yarn in their stash and is not using it. Well, they are using it, but they keep buying more yarn. So that stash just grows instead of goes down. So from today, I'll be hosting the Crafting of the Deep End make-along. It is definitely not only for knitters. If you crochet or you sew or you embroider and you have so many supplies at home that you don't know where to store it or what to do with it, or you have so many plans that you keep skipping over because all the new flashy patterns come out and you buy new yarn or new supplies to start those projects and not finishing or ending up using all the yarn, all the supplies you already have. Please join me in this lullaby journey. So, like I said, I have about 40 kilos of yarn in my stash. A lot I bought to make certain specific projects with, or I started projects with and ended up frogging them because I did not like them. Yeah. So today I will be sharing nothing about like the projects I've been working on, but all the projects I am planning to make with yarn that I already have in my stash. I have my laptop here because I made some notes of all the yarns and all the patterns that go together. So if you see me looking over there, I'm just checking the things. Yeah. So let's begin with some garments I would like to knit from stash yarn in the upcoming year. First, we have the Checker Plate sweater by Lily Kate France. It is not officially out. I think it will be published, released in the upcoming week. And well, when I saw that sweater, I knew I had to make it. No, even before she made the sweater, because our friend Naomi has been the inspiration, and well, it's one of our favorite stories that she told us. And yeah, it's just fun that two friends came up together with a project basically. So yeah, I want to knit the Checker Plate sweater by Lily Kate France. And I'm gonna be using this red Holds Super Soft in the color Brandy. This is half the cone. The other half of the cone is already knit into a project that I will be frogging. I will be holding this double. Yeah. I really wanted a red sweater, and instead of just buying, I'm going to be ripping out the other one because it's not ending up what I want it to become. So hopefully this will be a big yarn stash buster this year. So that is garment number 1. And then garment number 2 I want to be knitting is the Sand Sweater by Agio Knits, which was, I think, released a few weeks back. The original is knit in like a, I think it's a blown type of yarn by Gapard Garn, I think. But I have a lot of leftovers and of unspun yarn in my stash. I knit a skirt, a Christmas tree skirt with this one for my mum, and ended up with 2 plaits too many. So this is left over. This I bought a sweater quantity of, which I have not used, but well, the sand sweater just needs a little bit of it, so I'll be using these. These are both Manchelope, and then we have pink and, well, this grey taupe color of Pluttelope. The pink one was gifted by to me by my friend Anastasia last year on our first Barcelona knitting trip. She got us some Pluttelope from Iceland, so thank you, Anna. And this Pluttelope, I think my mum bought it or was gifted it by someone in a swap, and she cannot stand the Plutolope. So she gave it to me. I've got 2 plates of this, 4 plates of this. So I think that will be enough. Even though I think the Plutolope and the Mancholope will hold up without anything, I did order some Knitting for Olive mohair to go with it, because I want it to be durable and not pill as much, and I think it will hold shape better with some silk mohair. So I took advantage of the Knitting for Olive silk mohair, or like the sale they had in December, and ordered some to go with this. And it's almost here, so this will be the first thing that I will be casting on. I think I ordered the color chocolate to go with this, snowflake with this, pink daisies with the pink, and I do have a lighter bowl left over that might go with this, but I also ordered a what is the gray called again? I think Rainy Days. It is more gray, but I think it will tone this down a little bit into a color that suits my face better. So we will see how that goes. So this will be a big stash buster as well. Sorry for the wrinkling. Then, and again, sorry for the wrinkling because it's going to be wrinkling as well. Then I am planning on knitting the Karina Tea by Sari Nortland in BC Gone Soft Silk in this pink color. I also got this color in the green, and I think I will be knitting the top in this color, or in the green color, either or. Both I have 5 skeins. My local list was closing down, and I got these packs in a really great deal for these. I think these are normally like 15 a skein or something, and I think I paid 30 something for a full pack, so there was a great deal. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this. I love the feel of this. Also that it is not completely smooth. Some silks, like the Knitting for Olive Pure Silk, it's very, very smooth, and these is a 2-ply, but it's spun a little rougher, so I think that will be great with the cables. So that's garment number 3. Then we have garment number 4, which will be the Charles blouse by Colibri by Johanna. I saw this sweater. There was a sweater that I was not immediately inclined to knit, but my friend Kelly from Coco Knits was wearing it last year to one of our Barcelona Knits dinners in a navy blue, and that stayed with me because it was so classic and so nice. And also I really love wearing my Cumulus blouse by Petit Knit. It's one of my most worn knits, and I think the shade just really suits me. So it stayed into my head, and I've decided to knit it. So the yarn that I will be using are these 2. The first one is the Puno by Pascali Fibers, and it is a 70-30 cotton alpaca blend. I used this already for, I think it was a Suri shirt by Kadri, which I will have to frog to be able to knit this sweater. But while I thought that would be a great basic in my wardrobe, I have barely been wearing it. So I'm thinking of knitting this sweater, and then with the rest left over from the story shirt, I will be knitting probably the Take Turns tee, I think. No, yeah, it's okay. So what I was saying before Neo started barking is that I will have to frog my sorry shirt and that I will have leftovers from it. And I think I'll be making a, not a calm down tea, but I think, I was gonna say the Take Turns tea by Lily Kate France, because I think that silhouette just fits me better than the Suri shirt. So yeah, anyway, I'm trailing off. I have to frog that to be making this, but I really love the yarn, so I don't mind doing that to use it in a project that I will love. And then we have this amazing neon yellow Suri alpaca. I think it is, let me see, yes, it is a 74 alpaca 26 silk blend by the Wee Yarn Company, and the color is Lemon Drop, which suits it so well. And I think this will be such a fun sweater in a very wearable silhouette, and that will get loads of wear out of it. So that is garment number 4. Then we have the Close to Me sweater by Lily Kate France. Last summer she did a cardigan version of this, and I think she just finished the sweater version. It is in a DK weight, and well, she still has to write up the pattern, but like, as you know, we are friends, and so I've already seen it, and I know she will be writing this up, I think next week or something, and then it still needs to be tested. I have to see if I can fit the test knit into my schedule, as I have to be knitting some gift knits in January, as one of my best friends turns 30, and I promised her a sweater about 3 years ago, and she decided she wants a halibut sweater by Caitlin Hunter, meaning I'll be knitting this in the upcoming weeks, and I don't think I can fit another test knit in, but we will see, and otherwise I will knit it when the pattern comes out. Yeah, anyway, so the Close to Me sweater, it is a basic drop shoulder sweater, yes, no, a saddle shoulder sweater with garter stitch details on the sleeves, on the shoulders, and here in the neck portion, and I'll be knitting it in this orange Croft by West Yorkshire Spinners. I bought this for another sweater, which I already frogged, because I thought that shape sweater was not going to suit me after all. In hindsight, I'm a bit sad, because the shapes of the garments I'm wearing now and finding that suit me better, and I enjoy wearing more than all the tight fitting stuff. But yeah, oh well, I know I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this sweater, and I'm really looking forward to finally knit a garment in this, which I actually bought on my first trip to London and Lancashire to visit Lily, which was like 3 years ago already. So yeah, good memories, and hopefully a garment I will enjoy a lot. Then we have the Ballet Pullover by Sari Nordland. This is an all over horse, what do you call them? Doesn't really matter, cable cardigan, and I will be knitting it in the Heritage DK in the color Raspberry by Woolen Twine Fiber Studios. I bought this yarn I think 2.5 years ago, in one of her sales, if I'm not mistaken. I got 4 skeins of this. I actually started knitting the Traveller crew neck by Andrea Mowry with this yarn to knit up 1 skein, and I was like, I'm not gonna make this with 4 skeins. And in my head I had 5 skeins, so it doesn't really matter. It was a mistake, but I think this would look great in a cable cardigan or cable sweater. And yeah, so for now this is going to become the Ballad pullover by Sarah Nordland, hopefully. And then last but not least is the Arundel sweater by Alice Knitwear. She is a local to me designer and she is lovely. I finally got to meet her a few weeks ago at my Stitch and Bitch that I organised here in Groningen together with a friend. Or well, my friend kind of took over when I was not mentally up for organising it. But schematics. And she is lovely, and she has been designing drop shoulder all over colorwork sweaters lately, and I fell in love with the Arundel. I mean, I love the other one as well. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, but I fell in love with it, and it looked like the all over pattern looks like this. This is a swatch. Sorry for all the ants that I did not weave in on my swatch. Yeah. So this pullover uses steeking for the armholes and the neckline. And yeah, that will be my first ever steek project. I'm a bit afraid, but she has told me that if I don't dare, she will come and help me. So like I said, she's lovely. I'll be knitting it in the yarn that the sample is knit in as well, which is Drops Lima, in the colours 206 and 9028. The beige colour comes from my mum's stash. She bought this initially to make a huge crochet blanket, which she ended up not making, and it's not a colour or a yarn that she likes to use for a garment. So she was like, if you want to use it, I'll send it to you. So she sent all 30 skeins to me. So me and my friend Alice are going to make matching sweaters. She ordered the orange and I ordered the pink to go with it. And yeah, I'm very, very excited to start this. The only reason that I have not cast it on yet is basically that I know I have to knit the halibut, and I was trying up to finish some projects, including this cardigan, and as you can see, it is finished. So I hope to be casting on this soon. But I think I am afraid I will leave it a bit, just because if I knit it now, it will probably only be finished in the summer or something, and I don't want to stress myself out with more whips. And I know that will probably still happen. I will still cast it on. But yeah, let's see. So yeah, this is the last garment I plan to be knitting out of stash. Then I have some socks that I want to be knitting, 2 pairs to be exact. And well, my color of 2024 was green and I'm obsessed. So both socks will be knit in green. The first one are the Citron socks by Foot Knit, which pattern was actually kindly gifted to me to someone who was looking for the Fleur pullover pattern by Santa's Gone, and could not find it in Singapore, and I bought it for her and sent it to her. So she was very nice and gifted me the pattern that was on my wish list, and I'll be knitting it in this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous bright green by Wolverhaler. It is a one-of-a-kind color that she dyed up in her Hennep sock base, which is 67% sheer wool, 23% biodegradable polyamide, 10% Hennep. It is 100 gram skein, and it is 400 meters. I've not used this base before, but when I saw this color, I was like, okay, I want to try this for socks. What I've been figuring out is that the non-superwash sock yarns hold up better for me. I have wooden flooring that is uneven. I have a dog, and I walk a lot. I use my socks a lot, especially like if I could, I would wear them all year round in my boots because they're the most comfortable for me. However, they tend to fill. The non-superwash just gets ugly after 1 hour of wear, and I don't know what it is, but so I hope this one will hold up better. Then I want to knit the Joy Socks by Stone Knits. I think it's from the 52 Weeks of Socks book, number 2, I'd say, but can be 1. I mean, I do have the number 2 book, as you can see over there, but it might be in my mom's book, who has the first one. Anyhow, I don't know. But I want to knit it in this gorgeous sock set by Artemis Yarn. Yeah, which I got with my 2023 yarn advent, and the colors are Loneliness and Fascination, and well, they look like they're solid, but they have some like speckles in both of them, which I think will be great together. Then I have some outerwear and accessories that I want to be knitting. First up is the Starkey Beanie by Lily Kate Friends. One of the things that I would like to knit often but never do is hats, and I've bought a lot of yarn for hats in the past, but I never get around to knitting them. So this year I'm going to be knitting hats, and first off is the Starkey Beanie in this lovely organic Aran by Yarnitas in the color Perfect Beige and Ruby. I bought these skeins last year in Barcelona, specifically for this beanie, and yeah, so it is definitely time to be knitting this. I am now knitting a hat as a gift knit, and after that I will be casting this on. I think the amount of hats I want to knit, I guess it has to be the same with socks. Like, I just have to cast on one and work on it when I feel like it, and don't overthink it. So yeah, this will be the first hat I'll be knitting. Then I want to be knitting the Better Now Beanie by Lily Kate Friends, which is a stockinette pattern with a double knit brim with picot edging, and I will be knitting it in the same yarns as I knit my sweater, because I have a lot left over of both the fingering and the mohair. So I will be knitting this is the merino base by Olivia and Oliver Fibers in a pixie color. I can't remember the number, but it was like a one-off colorway, and this Suri alpaca by the We Yarn Company, and it was Oksana Troy, I think is the colorway, but I have to check. Yeah, and I just think this will be lovely for a beanie, and the picot edging I'll be doing in this color hold double, and then the variegated So I'm very excited to be using up these scraps. And next up is this one skein of Knitting for Olive Pure Silk in the color Coal. I will be finally knitting a small netty scarf of this. It has been on my list for ages. I do wear my Sophie scarf by Petite Knit a lot, and I think I am in need of more little scarves. So this will be the first of it. And I think it will be so cute for work and like goes with a lot in black. So that is another accessory I am planning on knitting. Then I have this one skein of, I think this is the organic, let me check. Oh yeah, the Natural Decay by Woolberry. Woolberry fibers. What color this is specifically, I don't know, but I will be knitting the Marilla mittens by Amy Shea Makes. I have to see if I make the full mittens. I think that would be very cute, but I find that I get more use out of fingerless mittens, especially with a dog. It's just better to have my fingers free when I'm walking outside, and as I mostly wear them outside and the dog is always with me, like I might go for the fingerless, but I have to say. So those are the Marilla mittens by Amy Shea. And then last off is the Julita clutch by Gregoria Fibers. In their own yarn, their natural cotton merino is 70% cotton and 30% merino. I can't see what color this is. And their kit silk mohair, which is 73 kit silk mohair and 27% silk in this beautiful blue color. I've actually already knit 2 of those, as I sample knitted those for her like 3 years ago, I think, in the blue, in the brown color, which is also when I bought this yarn because I really wanted one for myself. But after just having knit 2, just kind of ended up in the closet and I forgot about it. And I found this and I was like, okay, I still really want to make this because I think it's such a fun pouch for notions. Yeah, so this is my last project that I want to be knitting with stash yarn. So that was it. Those are all the projects that I am definitely planning on knitting out of stash yarn alone. These plans still might change some. One thing I'm also want to be doing this year is letting go of yarn and pattern pairings and just knit what I want to be knitting with the yarn that I have. So there's always more yarn to be bought, and why hold on to projects and yarn combinations that you bought them for when another pattern with their yarn screams to be knit. So yeah, that is something I will definitely be trying to do. So some of these projects might still change again and end up becoming another project, but I at least have some intentions to knit up stash yarn in my mind, and I hope that helps me from getting distracted in this low buy kind of yarny journey. Like I said at the beginning, I will be hosting a knit along or a make along actually in the upcoming months till the end of year. The rules are very, very loose, and yeah, I will also be sharing my progress and other people's progress on Instagram. So if you don't follow me there but would like to keep posted on everything that's going on over there, definitely let me know. Not let me know, just go follow. I'm not really sure about if that is something that you want or that you like, is maybe I can make like a make along kind of group where we can post about the stash projects that we are making or planning on making, and also maybe we can do like some yarn swaps with yarn that we that's just not suiting us anymore, that deserves a great home, and people that will knit with it instead of staying in our stashes. So let me also know if that is something you are interested in, and I will see if I can make something happen. Yeah, so this was the video of today. It's a little bit different than you're used to of me, but I am just going with the flow and doing what makes me happy. And yeah, let me know if you like it and you want to, I don't know, have some updates in the coming year of how I am doing with my low buy. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the future. Bye bye.